When I reviewed Horimiya, I basically said that it's a pretty good show, but I can't see why it's rated this high on sites like My Anime List when it seems to me like a pretty basic shoujo anime. And people were tripping over themselves in the comments to say, well, actually, it's a shounen anime because it's an anime that's based off a manga that was published in a magazine that was intended for a demographic of boys. Well, my mistake. Clearly I was watching the show wrong, so this time with Horimiya Peace, I made sure that I watched it and judged it according to its proper shonen standards. So, 13 episodes, what do we have here? Basically just comedy filler. The absolute worst thing you can have in a shonen anime. Now trust me on this one, for a long time I had the #1 Google search result for Naruto filler, so I know bad shonen filler when I see it, and this is it. The jokes are bad, in some cases offensively bad. The show has period jokes. Even girls don't want to see that shit. Keep it out of a boys manga. I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah, so what else do they have here? Fights. There are some fights, but they're all of the slapping and or shin kicking variety. Once again, it's something that at best would mildly appeal to girls. There's really no reason why boys would take any interest in this. No bosses to speak of, no power-ups to speak of. Basically an all-around failure of a shonen anime. And yet it's not the worst one I've ever seen. You see, this one, 13 episodes long, I watched the first 9 episodes at a reasonable pace. Not that quickly, but not too slowly either. And then, a few months later, I realized, I never bothered to watch episode 10. So episode 9 was basically my natural dropping point. I still finished the rest just to make sure I could give the show a fair and balanced review, but still, let's say for the sake of argument, I dropped the show at episode 9. That's still longer than I lasted with another classic shonen anime. One that ran alongside the big three of Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. One that received many anime adaptations. One that I dropped, I believe, a few minutes into episode 6. I'm talking, of course, about the world-famous classic shonen anime, To Love Ru. That one, it was really bad, but at least I can see the logic behind putting it in a shonen magazine. They probably thought that, hey, this show, it objectifies women. That's what boys like, right? I just can't see the logic behind putting Horimiya still in a shonen magazine. Not only does it not objectify women, but it has period jokes. What an absolute failure of a shonen anime. Double tilde, don't bother watching it. I'm guessing the only reason it's rated as high as it is because people who read these shonen magazines, they typically don't see these kinds of stories, and because they're seeing something they don't normally see, they gave it a higher rating for its supposed novelty. But at the end of the day, it is a very basic, not shoujo, but romance story. Don't bother.